Back on Intentional Talk with Millar and Rose, and Kevin had another play date this afternoon. It is Red Sox pitcher Josh Beckett, good enough to join us from Studio 1-5. Hello, Josh. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
What about
great.
hello, Kevin?
I already talked to you in the first segment of the show,
sorry.
so I don't have to say hello to you each and every segment of this show. Hey,
Sorry.
Beckett, let's get to the important stuff right away. Does Millar cheat on the golf course?
Absolutely. Yeah, he was laying 5 on par 5, and even one of his buddies called him out on it. He was like, "Yeah, you're laying 5. Yeah, okay, whatever."
Rose. Hey, ask Beckett right now. Ask him who paid who.
He won
All
$10.
right.
We played 2 extra holes, and he won both of them. He won to carry over on the first one after he 4-putted. He 4-putted on the first one to lose. Yeah, we're going to write a book called "How You Supposed to Line Up Your Fourth Putt" by Kevin Millar.
Very good. I know you're looking forward to 2012 based on how 2011 ended last season. How long does a finish like you guys had in September hang with you, or were you able to kind of wash it away?
You know what? I had a lot of stuff going on at the beginning of the offseason, so I think it let me distance myself immediately from it. But I think that it definitely helped come December and January. You just really feel like you're working towards something whenever you start working out and everything like that. We just had a baby, so my focus was definitely on my family at the time. And then, like I said, once I got into working out, I mean, I was ready to hit the ground running.
Now, that being said, you got a new manager coming down. Obviously, Tito gets fired right after the season. It was a long process, and then all of a sudden, Bobby Valentine's now your manager, and he addresses the media immediately saying a lot of things aren't going to happen under his watch. That being said, have you had a chance to talk to some of the changes he's ready to address?
Yeah, I don't think that we really got specific with anything. I think that Bobby came to my house, and we had a great talk and everything like that, and he seems like he's really excited about this. I think the first thing I said to him was, "Hey, congratulations," because I don't think anybody's ever been handed something like the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox, not only the organization, but the team that we have right now is so talented. And he even said, he goes, "Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about." So I think that he's excited about it, just the on-field stuff, and I think he'll feel out a lot of the other stuff, and I think it's going to be fine. I mean, I love Tito, but I think everything's going to be fine.
I do got to ask you, though, because it was hilarious now, because you're one fast-working machine on that pitcher's mound. I think it's like an hour and 27 minutes between pitches, I think. And you're bow-legged or lock-kneed? What do we figured out?
Knock-kneed.
No, I think he's bow-legged, Chris. He says he's knock-kneed. He's bow-legged, but, I mean, that was pretty funny because he was addressing you on ESPN. Did he ever, laugh and say, "Hey, bro, listen, go take your time now, you're on my side"?
We had a little talk about it, and I think it was just initiated kind of like just as a conversation starter,
Yeah.
But it wasn't really anything too in detailed or anything like that. I think it was kind of like one of those deals where, I think he felt bad because somebody else told him he should feel bad about it, and it wasn't anything for me. It's just, I don't get onto the hitters for listening to their whole damn song before they get up to the plate. So, I mean, I don't expect anybody to get on to me about, taking a little bit of time in between pitches. I got to think about what I want to throw these guys. They're really good hitters.
Now, I'm always curious about snacks and drinks in the clubhouse, and everybody knows, listen, this story's been beaten to death about what you guys did or didn't do. John Lester addressed it. I just want to read you the quote that he said. He said, "There's a perception out there we were getting hammered and this wasn't the case. Was it a bad habit? Yes. I should have been on the bench more than I was, but we just played bad baseball as a team in September. We stunk." Is that kind of the way you feel about the whole thing that happened?
Well, I think the biggest key was what Lester said to end that. We stunk on the field, and that was the bottom line. If we would have pitched better, none of that stuff would have even been an issue. And it shouldn't be an issue anyway, because what goes on in the clubhouse should stay in the clubhouse. And I don't care who says that or whatever. I'm not saying we don't make mistakes in the clubhouse. And I think Kevin will definitely respond to that because, hell, they were drinking Jack Daniels and they won the World Series. It's just what goes on in the clubhouse, it's supposed to stay in the clubhouse. And that's where it's supposed to be.
And that's my biggest pet peeve, Chris, and I think we've addressed this. That's what's miserable about that whole thing. Who leaked it? First of all, that's an honor to wear those 25-man jerseys, and that stays in the clubhouse, and we shouldn't be addressing it as media members, and we shouldn't have to know anything about what went on. And bottom line is, like you said, Jack Daniels shots, symbolic toast, we won the World Series. Hey, look at us, we're great. A few things happened. rumor-wise, and it leaks out, and all of a sudden these guys are having to answer dumb questions. The bottom line is you weren't executing your pitches.
Exactly.
Back in September, you were hanging the curveball like you tried to throw me all those years, okay, for the 6-3, 5-3. And if you guys execute, you guys win. You decide to go 7-20, Josh. That's what I had the biggest concern about.
We stunk on the field.
You
That's
stunk
why
on
we
the
lost.
field.
That's why we lost.
It had nothing to do with Rose's diet, okay, with fried chicken, Rose.
Wait a second. Don't throw me under this, okay? Don't throw me under this. I have cleaned up my diet.
We're deflecting it to you.
If I had been in the clubhouse, you would have been eating gluten-free crackers, and you would have been drinking water, and everybody would have looked. Everybody would have looked like this.
You took the gluten test. You took the gluten test. You had to poop in a shoebox. Daddy's done it.
That's right.
This earpiece is giving me fits right now. Can you tell,
okay.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll hold it. Go ahead.
Yeah, let Kevin hold it. Let Kevin hold. All right, listen. Let's talk about something that is one of the top moments in your career. I don't know if you know this, but since the DH started, no Red Sox pitcher had ever hit a home run until 2006 when this happened. Do you still have this baseball?
Spot, I think, too.
Woo! Wow, Beck, I didn't know you had that swing.
You saw it on the golf course today.
Woo! Was that a heater? Talk to us right there. Was that a heater?
Yeah. Brett Meyer I think it was 2-1. I know it. I look in every pitch, so it's kind of like Millar did. Only I never pull him foul because pulling for me is just a little shade to the left of second base. That's a pull for me. So Millar used to pull him foul all the time, but I think it was 2-1, and I was like, there's no way he's not gonna throw me another cutter. I think he threw me a cutter 1-1 or something, and. I don't know. He hit my bat more than I hit the ball.
Yeah. The new pitch of the millennium, the cutter, Rose. What a cutter is, it's about 88 miles an hour, and it goes away from your barrel. But that being said, that was a nice swing. I do want to ask you, though, do you ever wake up and say, you know what, sit back and go, wow, how about the shutout I threw in the World Series? I mean, do you ever think back, like, you were dominating back here with the Fighting Fish. 2003, we were supposed to play the Cubs. You ended up playing the Yankees, and then you guys are head bobbing at Yankee Stadium winning your World Series. Check you out.
Oh, man, I looked smooth on that, too, didn't I? That was all those PFPs for spring training. I still look back at that and go, how did I even tag him? How did he not beat me to first base? It looked like it took me forever to get over there, like a cow on ice.
Well, Rosie, should we do some rapid fire or no?
Yeah, go for it.
No.
Let's
Come
listen.
on, I don't even know what this is.
All right, rapid fire. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you something. I want you to give me one word answers coming right off the top of your head. Ready? Best dressed teammate.
David Ortiz.
Ooh, David Ortiz. Worst dressed teammate. You?
I'm in the top 2 or 3.
Give me another guy besides you.
I'm just trying to think. Well, Julian Tavares was definitely the worst. I remember one time he wore a vest and a jacket and no shirt. Like he wore a suit, but no shirt.
Julian was a bad
the
one.
vest and the jacket.
All right. That sounds funniest movie you've seen recently. Intentional talk.
Hangover 1.
Hangover 1, phenomenal.
I've seen them both, but
last question, Rose, is
shows
for
you how
you.
many movies I've seen.
Butterfingers or Snickers, Beckett?
Snickers.
Snickers. He's in, Rose.